Hello, 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 party people. Welcome to the Blaze the Thing. As you can tell, I am Joe, and this is not Alan Wake, and there is no Corey. So, yeah, today we're playing, we're kind of meandering around, Sleeping Dogs. I don't really have a really firm plan for today, other than continuing the, long-abated quest for Tracksuit. Oh, glorious Tracksuit. One day you will be ours. I thought I had better shirts than this. Yeah, let's go Dinos, because I've been since Jurassic Park's been on Netflix, I've been watching it. Because... oh, wait. Oh, those are suit pants. Let's do the cargo pants. Glasses... no glasses. Bracelets. I'm wearing this band. Where's our... oh, watches. There's our knockoff Cambria watch that Jackie gave us. Jackie Ma. The greatest boyo ever. Let's make sure my phone is definitely down so that you guys don't hear it flipping out. Alright. Drug bust, use surveillance. That's right. That's what I was interested in doing. Ooh, boy.
My feet hurt.
I keep telling you to get new shoes, but you never listen.
You always say I need shoes, then always complain when I want shoes. Pick one.
Oh, here we go again.
I wonder if that relationship we witnessed there kind of plays into... oh, wow. Holy boyos. This game is way louder than I thought it was. New microphone. But yeah, I really do wonder if that, well, or, I don't wonder, I feel like that relationship is like a, also, how's my audio, chat, by the way? Because I forget what sound balance this game tends towards, like, insanely loud, or, holy butts, this boyo's loud. But yeah, well, I feel like video games in general, when they have ambient, stuff, they kind of, ambient character stuff, they tend towards these tropes of characters, like, not always the same tropes, but, there are certain character tropes that crop up a lot. Like, the unhappy couple trope is a, a big one. And I think more significantly, food. The rich unhappy couple trope is kind of a thing that happens a lot in video games.
Good pork buns right here.
I'm starving.
Thanks. You want
Don't.
more pork? You come back.
Way insanely rudely pushing someone out of the way to get his pork buns. But yeah, oh, that's cool. So this is actually the song made for this video game. Which, so I looked up the lyrics for it, and it's actually this pretty sharp critique of, well, as sharp a critique as you can get with a game produced by an American studio. But it basically is a sharp critique of Orientalism in, you know, video game culture, which is, you know, impressive. Because it is super common in this medium. I would go so far as to say probably more so than in, like, film, which is impressive and very depressing. Alright, chat, you're not saying anything. So, it is likely that you're not saying anything because the interface is broken. Because, of course, the interface is broken. Hang on, let me try and, because between XSplit and Twitch, I don't know how. Alright. So. Yep. So yeah, I am just not seeing you in chat. That's great. Sorry, chat. I just got the screen up right now. Working party. Yeah, so I just got the stream up on Chrome. So now we'll have actual chat. Because XSplit Plus. Hup, hup, right over that gentleman. Ooh. So what do you want to talk about tonight, chat? I'm pretty agnostic on stuff because we played a lot of this game and I don't know that I have much more to say about it until we continue story. And other game stuff has kind of like, I don't know, I don't have new games to play right now, mostly because like there's games I would love to play on this stream that I have not finished yet, or have even made significant progress on. Cough cough, Battletech. And also cough cough lady killer in a bind. AVB also has a new game. I'm absolutely pronouncing her name incorrectly. No, oh, there is my vehicle. But, yeah, that bridge really is just like a total safety hazard in the way that, like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen, and we're gonna act like this is Saints Row. This is Saints Row. We're playing Saints Row. All of the civilian deaths are fine. Man, talk about... I know we've talked about in the past Alan Wake being a game designed for controller, but oh boy, is this a game designed for controller. Let's look on the map. Nope, not what I wanted. Nope, definitely still not what I... Whoa, wait, I've got a Jade statue to return? Hot diggity dog, I've got a Jade statue to return, I think. Oh, man. Let's do that. Let's learn new... moves. Oh, crap, forgot. British rules. But yeah, I like the way that video game spaces... I mean, I know I go on about this all the time, but like, the subtle ways, or not so subtle ways, that video game spaces are entirely unreal. That bridge being super one of them, because, like, I don't know, I mean, I'm from a very urban area, and any bridge like that had railings missing like that, that is as high, well, to be fair, that is as high traffic as that bridge clearly is, would 100% be, not be open. This also being an example that, like, digging out of a, highway segment, totally unrealistic to life, and, oh god, where the hell am I going? Where the hell am I supposed to be going? Okay. But it feels okay that those are violations of the reality of a space, because it's just like, okay, well, you know, I want to do sick ramps, and that's kind of an expected thing in this genre. And there's one line of thought that like feels right and thus is acceptable, but then there's and I mean, I suppose this game does a lot of, oh god, well, okay, it's getting worse. Everything bad is happening. Never! Nope. Never give up. Never surrender. Damn, I wish I had the shittier motorcycle. This one pilots like it's on friggin' rails. Oh. So that happened. How what, chat? How am I so bad at this game? It's because I'm bad at video games. And also talking while playing video games is surprisingly difficult. Okay, sir. Sir. Also, playing games that were designed for consoles. And let's put it this way. I'm glad that consoles are not doing as well as they were. Because as someone who plays games on PC, the fact that now most releases are targeted across platform and that the ports are better is definitely in my personal interests.
I found one of your statues.
Rabbit. Welcome edition.
We
This
did
is
it.
the most powerful move of all. Pay attention.
Dim Mock time! Dim Mock, Dim Mock, Dim Mock. Yeah! Dim Mock. An aggressive counterattack that sends the enemy flying backwards. And the answer to the question how is because, of course, Dim Mock. Boom. Yes, I am 100% sure.
Pay attention.
Oh, pff.
I see you have studied Wu Ju.
Haha!
Sun Tzu says, first, put yourself in. That seems impossible.
Poor boyo.
You are the first student I've had who might improve by studying in California.
Come on. Give me.
Wu, too much time with your girlfriend. Only abstinence will cure you. And in your case, that might not be enough of a
As Joe Hewitt remembers how to play this game. Yeah, there we go. That's.
student is supposed to learn. If I wanted to talk to myself, I'd pick a prayer. Truly, your disgrace knows no limits. My understanding of incompetence grows by the minute.
I mean, I appreciate
Are you
that.
studying Kung Fu or instructing me
Sifu,
in
but-
stupidity? Your resistance to instruction is impressive.
Come on. Come on.
Skill level spirals downward by the second. Fail so badly. Not give up. I see we're exploring the boundaries of your incompetence.
There we go.
It's been a pleasure to work with a student as skilled as you. But I have to say, I find myself troubled.
Why, Sifu?
I have given you powerful tools, If they are not used well, surely I bear part of the responsibility.
You're wrong. You're not responsible for me. Each of us eventually answers for our own actions.
And when your journey is over, will you be ready to answer for what you've done? To live with it?
Yes, I will live with it. Because when I'm done, it won't just be me who has to answer.
Be careful, Wei. Those who seek justice are at the greatest risk of losing sight of it.
That's a nice saying, Sifu. But if I let that stop me, there won't be any justice at all.
I love the completion of this. Like, this is okay. So if you are going to make video games and you're gonna have like extraneous collectible bullshit in it, which, hey, like, not 100% my thing, but, or well, okay, being realistic, I am sort of a completionist, if I believe I'm a narrative completionist, I would say. So if there, you've got like collectibles, if you've got collectibles that are like basically just like, oh, for the lulz of it, there is a huge audience for that. And I'm not saying you should not cater to that audience. Nor am I saying you should cater to me because I'm the better audience, because that's stupid. But I think that whole collectible thing with the jade statues and Sifu Quan, I believe is his name. It has been so long since I have played this game. But I think that's kind of like a really excellent way. Oh shit! A really excellent way to do, like collectibles, because it adds something to the narrative, and particularly it's a well-crafted way to add something to the narrative, because we have a situation where like the whole central conflict of Wei and this game is his, like, his own uncertainty about who he is and what he wants to be, particularly after the death of his sister. Which, I mean, if you're watching me now and you haven't picked that up yet, spoilers! We're very near the end of the game, and that's a thing. And, we know that Wei's had a past with vigilante justice, and we know that Wei has a history of difficulty separating his deep cover work from his, like, or so it has been argued that he has difficulty separating himself from his, you know, deep cover work. And we've been challenged on both sides of this thing, where we see qualities that Wei admires in the Triad, and qualities that Wei admires in the police department, and how he's struggling to navigate that space. And what I think is, I know I've said this before, I feel like the whole optional jade statue thing adds a new dimension to that, where Sifu Quan, who knows Wei both before he went to America and now after, is, you know, acting kind of as a moral center, I would say, for the story, because he's, like, he's acting as a father figure, essentially, for Wei, and I think that that's supremely interesting in that it's optional. So, theoretically, and because it's optional, and because this is the scale of game it is, and because it existed in the moment it did, it doesn't ever really follow through. Like, whether you do or do not complete that story arc with the statues is irrelevant to the end of the story. But I don't think that means it's without consequence, because, like, as is like because video games, particularly even video games with as little narrative choice as this game has, there is the story you experience very much drives how you feel about the game. Like, I've seen so much critique about a game centered around, like, games with more narrative choice than this, I should say. Critiques and responses to games center around the narrative path that people experienced. Because as a medium, though games have the opportunity to be more to give more options and to give more responses than cinema does, in reality, rare is the game that rare is the game and rare is the player that will play a game more than once to get a different outcome. And there may be some outcomes that people don't have the patience or time to get. And so that's part of what makes this whole, like, and that's one of the things I think that's, in a perverse way, holding the medium back. Not because it's bad that this medium has, like, so many different possible experiences in a single game, but because I'm clearly not myself tonight. Oh, hey, always be seducing, on theme for the stream. But and this is not a bad thing that games have such a like a single game, like as an example, Mass Effect, because BioWare is known for that kind of thing. The different like in Mass Effect, in all games that have player choice, broadly the games are either short and have pretty wide choices, or are large and have choices that branch off and add details and nuance changes, but don't really, like, affect the core plot. If you were to look at the core plot purely mechanically, don't affect it. But the reason I highlight that kind of stuff is because, and in this case, I think it's relevant, is that there's a the devil, like the devil in as the expression goes, the devil in most stories is in the details, because, like, so many stories follow the same broad arcs in all media that when you add detail and nuance through optional choices, that radically changes the story you're experiencing. And stuff like novels and film don't really have that. Or novels. That any written work or filmed work doesn't really have that. And the reason I think that in some respects has held back the medium isn't, and I think that's actually the positive thing about games, but I'm trying to practice my Dimmock, my friend. Yeah. There we go. Stay down. Stay down. There we go. But the reason I think that the diversity of like tonal options that exist in game is important and is often a big challenge for critically talking about games is because I think critical discussion of any medium, whether that's the novel, whether that's a play, whether that's the biography, whether that's a history, whether that's like short film, whether that's like feature-length film, whether that's television, discussions of those media, like genres, mediums, and like forms of human expression are only helped by critical discussion. But with video games, it's incredibly difficult to have critical discussion in the ways that we have become used to in the last century, because to be frank, like one critic or even a couple critics have a very difficult time, would have a very difficult time experiencing the whole of what a game has to offer. So often in video game critiques, we're still seeing this, and experiencing this place where, as with this game, and my playthrough of this game, and as the stuff that me and Corey do on this channel, where we're generally playing games years after the fact, which, to be fair, is not uncommon in like media critique. But I think more importantly, we only have a limited perspective on how games go that are non-linear. And non-linearity in games, I think, is an important thing that we need to understand and grapple with. But for the length of games, as compared to other media, it's difficult to just say, well, I'm going to critique this whole game and play every permutation of it. Like, Mass Effect and Dragon Age are great examples, because they're designed intentionally as these series. Oh, come on. Nope. Frick on a stick. And when you have when you have these trilogy or series games that are designed to be experienced as such, but each individual entry is like 50-hour plus experience, it's like, how do you even, okay. Because it's one thing to play that as a player, but then to critically analyze it and, like, think about the different options. I mean, I suppose some of this is me thinking through, like, stuff to do on the stream and how to do it. But even stuff that's more common in critique space, which is like the video essay, it's like, how does one actually critique? Oh no, this is not what I needed. Well, but like, how does even a video essayist, like someone like, and I don't think this is a coincidence that like someone like Errant Signals or Chris Franklin of Errant Signals or Mark Brown of Game Maker's Toolkit, like, how do they write video essays about games that have like radically different non-linear outcomes? I mean, this is less exciting than what I had hoped. Come on. Open. Oh wow. I'll just stay down. Damn it. Well, I'm going to ignore this problem that I've caused and move on. Ooh, a purse. Oh my god, I've never realized this. I can just beat someone up with a purse. Please let this be a beat somebody up mission.
Hey, wait! Can you help me out?
Can indeed.
What do you need?
A ride, but in a second.
Okay.
Oh, it's Calvin again.
What the hell?
That asshole was sleeping with my girlfriend!
You can't just punch a cop.
I know! Gotta have a getaway ready. Really appreciate it.
A little warning would be nice.
Oh, right, okay.
You gonna pull this shit, you gotta learn to drive. Hey, think about dumping that girlfriend too, alright?
Well, she's not exactly my girlfriend. I really like her though. She's got a nice smile. Dresses real nice.
You're not even dating her?
Not yet, man. Gotta be optimistic though.
Son of a bitch. Is she with that guy?
You mean like right now?
Come on.
We're son on ye. Cops don't got anything on us.
Son of...
Okay, goodbye, Calvin. I keep forgetting that right click isn't... Hang on. Ugh. Forgot how gross Calvin is. But yeah, like, how does...
Let's go, let's go!
Yeah. Oh, okay. There we go.
That
Like-
asshole was sleeping with my girlfriend!
You can't just punch a cop.
I know! Gotta have a getaway ready. Really appreciate it.
A little warning would be nice.
Oh, right, okay.
You gonna pull this shit, you gotta learn to drive. Think
Okay.
about dumping that girlfriend too, alright?
Well, she's not exactly my girlfriend. I really like her though. She's got a nice smile. Dresses real nice.
You're not even dating her?
But yeah, it's like, it's difficult to kind of talk about a game, even if you're doing video essays, like when the game is this expansive thing with multiple paths and nuance that change the tone of your experience.
Let's go!
Like,
What the hell?
and that's I think a thing that I think some
You can't
critics,
just punch a cop.
I know. Gotta have a getaway ready. Really appreciate
I don't know, it's something that I've had twinges of in the past where
Okay.
and I can't remember a specific case, but I do remember having experienced this with
She's not
watching
exactly my
critique
girlfriend.
of...
I really like her though. She's got a nice smile.
Fuck you,
Dresses real
Calvin.
nice.
You're not even dating her?
Not yet, man. Gotta be optimistic though.
Son of a bitch. Is she with that guy?
You mean like right now?
Come on.
We're son on ye. Cops don't got anything on us.
Son of a bitch.
You're right behind us.
Goodbye. Oh my god. Sorry.
What a getaway!
Sorry.
Thanks, Way. Next time I need to hit a cop, I know who to call.
Next time you hit a cop, don't. You're a creeper and I hate you. Oh, return to game. But yeah, it's like I've definitely seen critiques where it was like, it was one interpretation of one path of a game, and experiencing that way was radically different from my experience of the game on a different path. And it's like how on the one hand it's like that's a like you can get an unfair picture of a game based on one path out of multiple paths. On the other hand, how does one even begin to deal with that? Like games that are so long that it becomes deeply impractical unless you are paid professionally to do game critique. And our industry is definitely not at that point yet, where it's like, because the games industry is also still super hostile. Like, on the one hand, the games audience is super hostile to developers talking about their job, which is really toxic and gross, and I hate it so much. But on the other hand, there's also this tendency for the industry to, because of the nature of it, or to be extra twee, because of the nature of late-stage capitalism. There's this desire to give away as little information as possible. Alright, so we got a 947. Let's make you a 3, 2, and a 5. Ooh. Boom. Active security camera. Smash the state. But yeah, that has a lot of difficulty talking about this medium, and I think ultimately it's holding it back. Given the popularity of video games, I hope that it's not just going to be a medium of artistic expression that dies. I really genuinely hope that it is not the case, and ultimately I don't think it will be, but we have to radically like, reassess how we do media critique with a medium that's so dense in terms of content. Almost died there. Not in the game. I mean, I drank something and almost died because I tried to inhale it. Pro tip life advice with Joe Hewitt. Do not inhale things you intend to drink.
May I offer you some tea?
Yes, I would love some
Sounds
tea,
good.
actually.
Good luck, Wei, because I'm watching.
It's very ominous. Let's play with the...
Trouble. May a little tea help?
Boop, 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 boom. So, chat, have you been trying to say anything lately that, Discord has, or not Discord, Twitch has been hiding from me? So let me try and rectify this situation. This chat situation. Chat. I need you to say things. Right now. If you are saying things, I cannot see them, which is unfortunate. Because please chat. Not chat. Plus Discord. Discord, Twitch. Jeez, brain.
Right. I don't know how people work these long hours. Oh, okay.
Hey, we've got chat. So I do have chat.
喺 Big Horse 批發店買到超平嘅頂級名牌鞋，點解仲要嘥錢喺第二度買貴鞋呢？
嚟我哋嘅批發店睇下，揀翻對靚鞋走。
Big Horse，我哋嘅鞋啱晒你。
So do you have any thoughts, feels on the latest in gaming news, which I'm going to admit I'm not super up on, other than everyone's losing their minds over the latest No Man's Sky update, mostly because it further indicates how rancid and toxic game culture has turned. Oh, and The Escapist is coming back, to which my only response is basically, that's hopefully a very good thing, because, Russ Pitts definitely gives a shit. And, so I'm cautiously optimistic about how that's gonna turn out. Particularly after how it got very Nazi-y in its, basically in the post-Gamergate era, or during Gamergate. Let's not beat around the bush. It was very, it went from a very interesting and self-reflective publication to a shit one very fast. But given that the gaming internet is full of like absolutely butt shit hot takes about the Escapist, I'm not really into talking about it. Mostly because I spent a lot of the last 2 weeks realizing how much of even not Nazi game, or not awful and racist game culture is just super butts right now. Well, not even realizing, it's just like, oh yeah, yep,
Hey,
that's
Big
why I
Eddie.
don't interact with you guys all
What's the
that
mission?
much.
I've got a big shipment of dope for the mainland. I need to get it to the ferry safely, and 18K is coming after it. Can you ride shotgun and keep them off my back?
Let's do it.
Let's go!
Oh, right, I'm gonna have to shoot people.
Here they come!
Oh, there you are. Come on.
Behind us!
Come on. Yeah, that's the way.
Overhead!
Nice shot! Good one! Look right! Look right!
I see him, I see him.
Yeah! Hit that fucker! That's got to hurt.
But yeah,
Behind us!
so apparently, like I think I actually want to play No Man's Sky. Well, I'm not sure if it's available on PC. Well, actually no, I think it is available. I don't remember much about No Man's Sky because it's been a few years, but yeah, yeah! Tripped a guy on his own bud. Oh shit, we are in lots of trouble.
Behind us!
Yeah, no. Damn it. But yeah, so if you guys remember how badly, or how, not only how badly No Man's Sky was received, or how mixedly it was received in critical circles, and then just how toxic that turned, because, like, the devs were, the devs recently said, like, in the... Yeah, go to sleep.
Look right! Look right! Nice shot! Behind us! Good one! They're on the left! Behind us!
Damn. But yeah, like, one of the creators of No Man's Sky did an interview, and basically they said the lessons they learned from their release was that, they got very excited about their own game release, and, they basically decided, yeah, we're never gonna do that again. Okay, chat, I've lost you because my phone's died. So, and because apparently XSplit has decided not to be good today, I'm just gonna talk at you for the rest of now. And it's like really, that among a lot of other things recently, like, this is where I'm going to butcher somebody's name who I should know, the Australian dev Jennifer Schuler, I believe is her name, because I am bad at memory, but she's very good. Like this, and I mean, I know this isn't news, but like, just how this kind of, like, the story from the devs at No Man's Sky really just reinforces how shitty and self-destructive gaming culture has turned, because it's like, when devs are afraid to talk about their games, or afraid to be excited about their games, either because of corporate pressures, or because of, like, whingy, whingy babies. That's a bad place for us to be at. Because ultimately, we're failing to learn stuff. Like, the people who are going to... Oh my god! That poor man. Ultimately, like, the people who are going to become developers. Oh, shit.
Behind us!
I'm freaking out! But yeah. I think ultimately that the fact that, corporate interests and, like, whiny, shitty babies are ultimately basically discouraging developers from talking about stuff that they want to with games is hurting the medium, and we need to find a way to get not as toxic as hell, because right now it's so bad, and it's preventing us from learning so many things. And I mean, on the corporate end, that's a challenge in its own right, because Megacorp's gonna Megacorp, but on the community end, I think it's like we just need to be, like, we really need to hard push back against people who decide harassment is a appropriate way to handle things they don't like about web develop or game development. You know? very... I don't know how to drop this. I want to punch you. There we go. I'm now playing this like I play Saints Row. I don't know how to get rid of this. There we go. That's... Goodbye. Wei Shen just shot up some criminals. But, yeah, I think that, hang on. Excuse me while I take a... What time is it? 9. Excuse me while I take a quick break, and leave you at this beautiful shrine so that I can find my charger. I'm back, chat. I cannot hear the game. And one day soon, in the near future, I will be able to see you and your beautiful faces. But as of right now, that is not the case. Because I am still charging. Yeah. Alright, well, that's gonna take a minute. So I get to pontificate at you, while you don't get to respond. You know, the way Twitch chat should be. He said extremely unseriously. But yeah. Oh. Wait, you survived? And there's a cop here? Stay down, sir. Yikes. Rip, good sir. Rip. Meanwhile, that cop's like, yeah, I didn't see anything. All's good. Which, you know, is not unrealistic. I know, right? I just threw away off a cliff, covered in blood.
Everybody I know has a place in Central these days. All people care about are nice apartments. Nobody else has large public collections of them.
Come on. We might be getting you back, chat. Any minute. And he's... Hey! I'm seeing that lovely start screen on my phone. So soon, you will be... Holy... But my phone is ringing. It's 9:04. Do you know where your children are? Say something, chat. I have you back up now to make sure I am seeing you in your full glory.
What can I help you?
Hey, we've got chat back. Meanwhile, XSplit still doing nothing for me. Oh, sorry. Nope. It's just an object in space. Three, one. Oh, I'm gonna badly lose this. Alright. Cancel mission. I need a better car. That's what I need. In our quest for... Oh, by the way, so if you're just joining us and are confused as to why all of this is happening, it's because we are on a quest. A glorious quest for... where is it? No, not custom outfits. Preset outfits. Yes! The vintage jumpsuit. I know I called this episode Quest for the Tracksuit, but no. It's a jumpsuit. And I don't have the required face to wear it yet. So... just trying to gain face so that we can one day be a betrack-suited gentleman.
Call my nephew with a special branch. Tell him you threaten me. You're going to be in trouble now.
I never threatened you. You're a senile old man.
Nephew sent 5 big cops to break everything in your house. You'll see.
You don't have no nephew. You're just a crazy old man.
Where is the... It's a central Aberdeen. Aberdeen has a... Nope, not gonna do cockfighting. Vehicle store, that's... Kennedy Town's ritzy, I think. Yeah, I think Kennedy Town's ritzy. Certainly ritzier than North Point. I don't care that it's a class B.
I wish I could live your life just for one day.
Well, you can be a hero. If just for one day, we can be heroes. But yeah. Oh, god damn it. Sorry, chat. Hang on. My phone decided you would go to sleep again. Alright. So, sorry again, chat. Please say something. Because inexplicably none of this friggin' technology works. I mean, do you want the real answer, or do you want the video game answer? Because where I learned to drive in video games was Mario Kart, and where I was encouraged to hit other players. Yeah, no, I'm being a butt, but in my defense, I can barely control this thing because it's not great on PC. But yeah, I mean, I think ultimately, and this, I don't want to, like, accentuate all the bad, or de-emphasize all the bad stuff, or not de-emphasize, I don't want to ignore all the bad stuff that's happening in the games industry right now, but, like, I think, if anything, this industry could use more positivity, because it was the, like, I mean, I would argue the very, like, into being snarky and toxic way that the internet was, like, say, in 2008. That really has ultimately just kind of trashed the games space. And not to say that it wasn't toxic before that, but, you know, celebrating that was not necessarily a great thing that we did. And I can't speak for Corey, obviously, but I mean, one of the things that I've kind of wanted to do with this channel is generally be, like, you know, like, be critical of games, but also not be, like, critical in the way that it's just, like, relentlessly shitting on games. I'd rather, like, talk about games in a, if not a positive light, which would, like, be good, but talk about games in a way where, like, effort is treated with respect rather than derision, and where like not to be cynical about the medium, because there's, like, look at this, as much goofy stuff happens in this game, it's beautiful. Like, this is really beautiful, down to even the simple stuff, like those text pop-ups that come up every time we transition to a new neighborhood. That's, like, it's really beautiful. It's impressively beautiful. And celebrating that so that we can... Celebrating the good stuff that a game does. And understanding the bad stuff that a game does. Without just being like, oh, well, it's butt shit for cheap jokes. I mean, I have, of course, I'm probably going to immediately contradict this as soon as we play any of David Cage's games, but, like, generally speaking, trying to be positive about this whole medium is, I think, good, and I have no illusions about
Look, man,
us being
you want
important.
West? I got it. But I don't sell to just anybody.
Ooh. Ooh, spicy. Spicy. No, fuck that. Etalon. Excellence engineered. Let's go with the Panzer. Piss off your neighbors. Yes. Accurate. Cute, select paint job. No. Goddamn paint job. Oh, wait. Ooh, black. Red. Black again with the gold fringe. Sin stem. Let's do this. Oh, yeah. But yeah, like, ultimately, I'd rather celebrate the effort that a lot of developers put into games like this, and even if a game fails, I'd rather analyze why it fails so that we can all learn better how to make better and cooler games than just be like, oh, this game is butt because it's butt. And because laughing at effort is easy. Well, and ultimately I think that's what it is. It's just like I'm tired of, like, I have been tired for a long time of people laughing at effort, because it's like, and don't get me wrong, there are games I will laugh at. See also when we just play David Cage stuff. Oh, yes! Yes! And I'll laugh at it when games, like, even good games do really, oh my god, I'm so sorry, will do dumb stuff. But that said, Like, this... Our channel's tagline of always be seducing is definitely an indication that we're not super serial here, but like, for my part, and I cannot speak to anyone else that will ever appear on this channel, or even myself, like 5 minutes from now, haha. But, or whenever David Cage comes up, that, I don't know, being more chill about games and, like, yeah, laughing at them, but also respecting the work that gets put into it and the artistic intent of people is and being sincere, I guess, is what I'm going on about. It's like, sincerity is not bad, despite what much of the internet will tell you. And I don't have any illusions about being like important or influential in any of that. Like any discussions of stuff like that, but one would think that given the background of a large portion of the quote-unquote hardcore gaming audience in being derided for taking this medium seriously, that there would be more people who in that community, well, and there are a lot, don't get me wrong, but that like that the people who do like treat cynicism about it as like an ultimately good thing would be more self-aware. It's just like you're doing to the medium what its detractors did out of a place of ill intent for decades. That ain't cool. Because look at this stupid shit. It's great. Welcome to Joe Hewitt pontificating about games in Plays the Thing. I mean, I think I'm actually gonna wrap up soon because I don't really have a hell of a lot I want to do right now, and like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't know if we've got enough of these left to get enough face to get that tracksuit. Oh my god, I turned that man into paste. It's interesting that I feel like the hierarchy of games about who I feel bad about turning into paste is very strange in, like, sandbox games, because, like, the various iterations of Saints Row, like Saints Row 2, I very much care about who I turn into paste. Saints Row 3... slightly less so, but still pretty high on that. Saints Row 4, I'm just like, turn everybody into paste, it doesn't matter. And this game, I think, is even, I take the paste turning even more seriously than Saints Row 2, which I think is interesting. It's like kind of the tone the game set about themselves affects how you play them. Oh, yeah! Ah, that's great. Right there. Real airtime. Oh boy. Sleepy baby. The indestructible fence. The Vortiogom's greatest foe. The indestructible fonts. As far as games that I'm solo playing, I'd like to do SimCity at some point. I'm not sure if we've done, or I don't remember if we've done, City Skylines. And it's been a long time since I played an urban planning sim. But, you know, those are games that I would like to play on this. The Saboteur is another game I would like to play on this, just given how much of the solo games I've played have been very deep on sandbox games. I think the Saboteur is probably a forgotten gem, as I remember it. I remember dearly loving that game. It also features blowing up Nazis, which is, you know, always a good thing. Yeah. Well. Sorry, bus. I'll just park.
Wait, I got something new you can help me with.
What's the problem?
GPS device routes you away from cops or anyone else who's chasing you. I haven't perfected it though. Can you take it for a spin? Just follow the map it lays out. See if you can stay on the route.
Sure, why not?
The scooter! Gonna Vespa around. Like the cutie we are. I like this minigame because it's just like so stupid and self-consciously so stupid, because it's like, yes, follow this GPS tracker through the sewers. These insanely labyrinthine sewers that make no sense and go uphill. You know what this song makes me think of, and what I would really love in a game, if anyone knows a game that's like this, sign me up for it and put it in my friggin' skull. A game that's like, that gives the feel of Cowboy Bebop.
Dr. Tang, I finished the test. Works fine. But Are you sure it'll help me avoid cops?
Once I get their tracking data plugged into it, it should. Thanks, Wei.
Oh boy. But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end it for tonight. I know it's a little early, but I'm very tired. But yeah, if you know a game that's anything like Cowboy Bebop, like delivers a feel similar to Cowboy Bebop, inject it into me. Leave messages for us on all the social media we have. Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, I think is something that we have. Yes, we definitely have a Snapchat. I'm reasonably sure. But yeah, so just look at this sweet boy while I give you the details. So, this has been The Play's the Thing, and I hope I've caught your conscience today. If you could, you know, follow us here on the Twitch, or if you're watching this on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe for Jaboy. But seriously, yeah, liking, sharing, and subscribing is actually useful. Also, following us here on the Twitch is a pretty cool thing. We also have a Twitter and a Facebook that I can definitely confirm we have, and an Instagram. No, Instagram? Instagram or Snapchat? We have one and not the other, as far as I know. But in either case, all the links are down in the doobly-doo, deep, deep, deep in Wei's pants. And so check us out there, and I hope you had a good time chatting. And also, a personal request, please, 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 anything that vibes like Cowboy Bebop, send it our way. Have a good night.